Alright, seems like volume is working this time. Okay, time to continue the interval. Probably finishing this time, I think, or depends how many stages are left. From what I heard, they're probably 14. No, that's the mirror dungeon from this time. It's thinking.
자, 판
Yeah,
돌아갑니다.
I wanted to use the ring team in the mirror dungeon, but I still don't have Rodion or Marsault. Once with the foes we invaded the town North Father Destroyer corridor, we left for the Index and ran into a few familiar faces waiting for us at our destination. Huh? Don't you guys have today off? Yeah, but I thought I might as well come along. It's, you keep summoning us while we're in the middle of something, so I decided that it might actually be more convenient for us to be with you in person. Your summoning occurred at the most unideal moment. No, I know you weren't doing it on purpose, but all 3 times you summoned me, I was leaning or snack stopped with a bunch of whipped cream. To learn that blacking out and waking up at a mishaped incident in a chaos showdown doesn't make me for a relaxing break. Sorry about that. I should have checked in with you guys before summoning, but I'm still getting used to it. Okay, now you're being too sorry, no hard feelings here, I'm taking along cause I need some exercise, that's all. I appreciate the additional employee assignments. Now if you could share any information you know about yet another corridor. I hung out here all the time, so I know this place a little. There was this super cringy annoying little... no, that wasn't the mask dude. There was this one other. Is there something you don't remember? Alright, Kira probably doesn't remember Sora. Sora, I don't think that name rings any bell for us either. Is that someone we used to live here? Yeah, well, Sora was the Index apprentice, so she probably lived here. Forsooth, the Index apprentice, pray tell, wherefore is it that the middle, the thumb and the ring each have apprentices, yet the Index and the pinky lack them? It will indeed be quite odd if a mere 3 of the 5 fingers kept an apprentice each. Retrace my mere recollections, yet I find it like following a trail of odorless air, invincible and unreal. No, there was someone, but I can't. The representations of the pinky at the Index apprentices are missing. No, to be more precise, a merciless blade has shredded and reduced them to intangible formlessness. How refreshing to hear that same impression from someone else rather than myself for once. As it seemed I was the only one who remembered the 2 apprentices, I retraced back to our first meeting and briefly shared what I knew about Sora. Oh, she doesn't sound like a very forgettable character. Well, Tarayashiki cut her into ribbons. That would explain why it feels as though I'm recalling a sequence of events with a critical part missing in between. I can almost imagine her giggling to herself like a creepy loner, and she probably wears glasses too, right? Like one of those gloomy introverts from anime. I see, so that's why it feels like I'm tearing through each strand of a weave. Ryoshu? Let's say the words made of strings or threads clock. With every slash, this blade will be cutting through the flow of strands that twine decompose one's existence. When an object is severed forever beyond repair, you will think neither trace nor shape will be left of it. But now that you piece some of it together, it's almost... Instead of elaborating further, Ryoshu fell silent again, save for the sound of the tip of her cigarette turning to ash, like she was recalling another incomplete memory. I guess she's trying to avoid over-speculating on what she doesn't know for sure. Damn, that totally breaks the meta. I had a vague idea of how it works, but this is the first time I'm hearing the deaths. Papa had to grow through 4 ramp-up stages and remove Zeus to even make full use of his sword. Honestly, yours need a trade-off. Yours are totally power grips, Papas. Tio, there's plenty already. So true. Guess slicing your memories away is one hell of a trade-off, sorry. Okay, so I'm guessing you don't have anything to contribute for this corridor? I got one. I don't know where it leads, but the Index guy uses it all the time. Hopefully it doesn't drop us in an army of indexes. TPU, they really gather in big groups. That's pretty unlikely. Oh, what was that for Ryoshu? Wait, did you just hit me with that sword, the handle? I didn't do anything. On the side, I saw Ryoshu's cover Araya suddenly jerking to the side, prodding Sinclair like it was annoyed by something. I won't STA, I will SU until you can barely walk. I swear this isn't a slander or whatever. Look, you poked me so hard it left a mark on my arm here. Well, I don't want to read too much into it, but the scar was rattling like it was irritated by something. Because Sinclair stop interpreting for her. This is why she won't stop making up these nonsense acronyms. He's making it worse. I gotta stop him from translating for her somehow. Araya? Wait, that voice just now. It sounded like a lot like Araya's. Dante, you saw that too, right? Huh? Ryoshu didn't do anything. Wait, really? It really wasn't her? Nope. Then it's decided. To be fair to Sinclair, no one else would I saw in full detail how the scar came to be. Which means that he could imagine in his wildest dreams that the scar poked him of its own volition. Doesn't seem like any of the sinners heard that voice either. Damn, you guys bully him a lot, huh? Oh, the lad's been long overdue for a little smack upside his noggin. We should head inside, let's not keep Alan waiting. Kira directed us towards an almost disturbingly normal wooden door, so featureless that I could have mistaken it for any of the dozen doors we have walked past in other nests. Man! Language, my friend. We were greeted by a whiff of stale, musty air the moment we walked through that door. I think this leads to a basement, where he kept all his index probably uses. Well, victims to use in case of a prescript, and emerged to what appeared to be an almost dungeon-like basement area. Whenever the Maskunk's vapor ran, he would walk through this door. So who are they? The index proselytes. Signs of blight, there were people living down here up until just a few hours ago. Were you here, Papyr's lips? We were only executing the prescript. I had it with the prescripts, so at least yours don't make annoying beeps. The basement was stocked up with shelves, table, and non-perishable food. And the cells were all completely empty, save for what looked like a makeshift bathroom in each of them. It's likely that this dungeon was used to imprison individuals of varying features that may be required to complete a prescript. Seriously? This room seems to have been used for something worse than simple incarceration. Among Faust's conjectures is that the captives were conditioned in body and mind in various ways to match the prescript's liking. Sounds like the guy was just as crazy as the rest of them. Wait, that scarcer right there leads up. Let's check out what's... Friggin' annoying, man. The heck are you doing? You cannot enter through this door. Oh, I see another griefer body blocking in the doorway. Move, I need to see something. The will of the prescript forbids you. You cannot enter through this door. What do we do? Is it worth forcing our way in there? They seem pretty adamant about not letting us in. We would prefer if we stayed as far as possible from anything that has to do with the goods. I mean, prescripts, but nothing it evades me and gives me any clues as to where the door connects to. Oh, this is right, we're gonna have to get upstairs somehow if we wanna get an idea of where this door leads. If Rin's been using this basement, then I would like to see what's upstairs. Honestly, learning that this door connects to some basement is more than enough intel to cross it off the list. Still, if this has anything to do with Ryoshu's memories. Alright then, let's push through. Executing your command, Executive Manager. The will of the prescript is absolute. Is it though? No, are we going to fight against proselytes? Oh, looks like it. Funny. We haven't seen them in history, so I guess this fight is going to... we call it... maintain it in the episode. Some of you might already be aware that the prescripts are delivered through various means. Of this, the paper slip is the most commonplace and the most preferred by many. The will of the prescript, then the question we must ask is how many forms might the prescript take? Do they all flow from a single origin, or are there distinct entities behind each? Unraveling this mystery seems the purpose of the Society for the Research of the Index. Now, would you like to join us and explore the answers together? Yeah, I guess maybe it's one different god for every type of prescript, right? Maybe the one for the prescript, well, the paper slip is the one, the city god, you say, the one from the Weaver Moirai, and the ones from what was the Magic Beeper. What was the name actually? I don't remember, but those ones are from Hermes. So if there are more prescript types, they might be given different gods. Well, in quotations, gods, right? Haven't seen them completely. A modest blade, proselyte's blade, a modest blade, unassuming and unworthy of note. Yet in following the prescript, the fulfilling of its directives, the aid of messengers that emerge from unseen places, the teachings of the proxies, it is slowly perfected into a weapon imbued with singular uniqueness. It's the ones from Faust seems. Oh shit. Who has Rodia? Color, right? Oh no, I guess. Take a few bullets, my friend. Maybe not so high, a little bit less. There. Or well, I can make use only do that when I'm reading passives, I suppose. Ooh. Gregor. Oh, yeah, they are thinking. So careful with the sanity. Oh, you worry. Who has it? Gregor, can you win this time, my friend? Right. Or maybe let it to Jizang. But she's going to use bullets. No, it was...
사고될 시간이 잔후에 억제 성공.
Probably could use only one raid actually. This is not that impressive, but you know, it's the fight with 10, so just to maintain it 10 episode. So why don't we theorize while we're at it about what? Don't really have that much information. Well, maybe if there's proselytes do. No, I don't think we have. I hear spoilers about a messenger over here, so we are not getting another proxy, well, index identity for the moment. Maybe till a lot later. All of them are getting karma. Can you kill him, Gregor? And if not... Still red.
사고될 시간이다. 잔후에.
Indeed. Oh. But that's what I'm saying, his work like that. He's not going to die.
지킬 게 많거든.
Oh, Kira. Good job, Kira. Coming with the rescue. What did she say? I'm half Swiss now, but I can still fight? Something like that? We shall continue. Yeah, they at least has less health and the, what do we call it? The mannequins. No, mannequins. The Faubis. They have like 250, 60. So they actually survive a lot of hits. They're not doing out that much damage or something, but they survive quite a number of turns. It was taking like 7 turns, I think, to complete last fights. Well, the fights from last episodes. So the basement. Oh, well, the basement actually. Is it going to be the basement from Rien's house? It's going to be close to the sea? The one he had with his family before not having more family. So we keep it like a memoriam or what? Considering is Rodion probably. She and Otis can kill that one. Rodion maintains a lot of damage for being a negative sanity identity or oh well, no hits, so it is maintaining the damage. And just what I said last episode, Ryoshu bleeds a lot of speed if she cannot win clashes. Like 7 minutes, I think. What's up, Hit? You might speak to me casually, Araya, but in the presence of other apprentices, perhaps you should find it preferable to mimic the tone of the DUE star. Come on, it's not like I wanted to be the DUE star, just let me do whatever I want while I'm here. Certainly you have a point. So what's up the stairs? I'm not sure myself. I never been upstairs. Wait, what? Are you even a little curious? Why bother peeling back the heavens to see what is beyond? Those wanting of yearning then need not raise their heads skyward. I'm seeing Araya's memories? Croc, what did you see? I'm not sure, but now we got another reason to check what's upstairs.
예전보다 많이 나아진 것 같다.
Oh yeah, Brody. You're being
그러고 보니까
negative
그
sentiment in oblivion in silence.
이제 가호를 내려준 아이가 없어졌지. 다시 알고 침식도 양호. 아마도.
Okay, I was not expecting them to be too fast. I actually had a bit of problems clashing with them because they target the prescript as they target the prescript's target. If they are faster than you think you will not be able to clash with them actually. And it happened a lot with 5 speed and my units being 4 or 3. A shame, but it's alright. Kind of a letdown when they were bloody blocking the door like there was some big secret behind it. Don't you see the room? Right? Looks like it's just another average family home. Oh man, I get cleaners up sure, but Pips should at least does their home once in a while. The thick layer of dust covering every surface of the blotchy wallpaper made it clear that no one's been living here for a good while. Whichever family lived here must have had a child. Wait. Wait a second. It's the same layout that Roland's, isn't it? The couch, so it's a different type of couch. And the baby's thing used in the corner. A lonely crib without a child. Oh, or will it be the same? No, it has gunshots there. Look, there are drawings and dolls too, though it seems like the place has been abandoned for quite a long time. Yeah, so it was Rien's, but it was even modeled after Roland's one. Damn. Alright, boy. Could something bad have happened here? Yeah, something must have happened here that caused the family to flee and they never got to return. Yeah, lots of evidence suggesting that they opened the single show just laying around. So someone fled from home for some reason, never to return. I know it's kinda hard to narrow down the cause. It really could have been anything. Are you searching for something in particular, Ryoshi? Yes, but this doesn't seem to be here. Every frame photo is seen beyond recognition and whatever documents of their work have been torn to shreds. Kinda like my memories. So this wasn't where he escaped to, huh? The index nurse Father Rian, the last time we saw him, he flew to house via the corridor after suffering a severe wound at Ryoshu's head. If by some miracle he survived, there's a chance he will come after Ryoshu again, but something about our last encounter led me to believe that it was the last time Ryoshu will ever see him. This is... Do you recognize these drawings? The famous L hoping to see Ryoshu piece together another memory. She will been recalling new details all day whenever something caught her attention. Suddenly she responded with softly shaking her head. No. I don't. But I do.
예전보다 많이 나아진 것 같다. 나도.
Yes. Ryoshu will... well, no, actually it still did a little
이제
damage.
가오를 내려준 아이가 없어졌지.
Sangria.
다시
Just
관리를
in time.
맡겨주실까?
Who cleared the stage? Who could it be? Gregor. Well, no, if it's
알고 침식도
from stages I can
양호.
actually...
아마도.
recover HP. After leaving Rian's quarters, we explored the index corridor for a while. We didn't find anything that could have pieced Ryoshu's memories back together. Right work, no, that leaves just the Pinky Nurse Father's corridor. But that room didn't have any back doors for us to explore. There were countless more in the adjacent corridor, but our guideline makes it a bit different to delve into each and every one of them right away. Which means that our work here is done. Thank you for your assistance, Dante. Okay, glad we could help. Dante replies they're happy to have been of assistance. Well then, it's been a pleasure. After a brief round of handshakes, Alan returned to the forward base. We probably should have done the same, but... Wanna take a look around here anyway? Sure. As we had more business here than simply checking the doors, we decided to stay a little longer and investigate the Pinky's corridor. The Pinky Nurse Father room had a peculiar structure. Each door we opened led to a room identical in shape to the previous one. And even though it was certain that we would traverse through quite a few rooms, we somehow found ourselves back at the starting point. There are some small design differences between each room that help to tell them apart, but it's difficult to tell which is which unless we look really hard at every detail. Where are we now? The kitchen? How do you know that? I've been here before. Someone ghosted me after promising to watch Fixer clips together, so I thought we'll come visit. It's someone you all have met too, I think it was must be another one who was severed by the Arayashiki. Damn, you might be right. His name was Ren, the Peking apprentice. A TikTok about no one here really seemed to have anything to say to that. I suppose that only makes sense. After all, his existence registered to no one but to me. Well, here but me. So would you say back at K-Corp that you cock before you were talking about this, huh? Yeah. I used to perform intense culinary artistry here. Your scabbards shaking. The reviews were glowing. One of them was jam, meaning yeah, unbelievable, mouth-watering. The scout Araya was defiantly shaking from side to side in valiant effort to deny Ryoshu's claim. Must been pretty damn bad. I'm having a hard time believing her if you ask me. What did you usually make? Box lunch. Box lunch that kids might bring to grade school with sauces like cut like octopuses and tamagoyaki. A bit simple to be intense culinary artistry, don't you think? AF? Don't you know, there is nothing like a school lunch box rivalry. So I want octopus sausage, tamagoyaki, and why are we making sausages out of an octopus? It's the outer side. We're making octopus out of sausages. Such a good like octopuses. Why are we cutting sausages into octopus shapes? Because it's adults, that's why. Oh, something like this. This is more like a virus, right? Well, is the virus form or is this? Yes, I think it is. What was that? Sausage carved into an octopus shape. Didn't miss a single section. Come on, I didn't mean like a real life octopus. It's gotta be outdoors, you know? Okay. Isn't all the SD once it goes down the gullet? Why it's so important? But mommy, there is nothing like a school lunchbox rivalry. ADU? Huh? You're doing your weird acronyms again, aren't you? It means I don't understand. That's what you say, I don't know, mom. Shake my head. This must be some of the happiest memories Ryoshu and Naraya share. Their sinners, me and Naraya, even as Skabar could imagine or recall them in full. But for Ryoshu, the most important part of those memories remains days away. Let's see if we can continue to piece more and more of her memories together by going over these places. Do you want to check out what's upstairs too? As soon as I ask, however, the sinister footstep came to a simultaneous stop. Wait. Unclocked, Dama opened the door just yet. I looked back and found Kira and Hitri poised to fight, hands on their weapons. This way, manager. Armor Soul will realize what dedicated yanked me to the back of the line. And in mere moments, so there was someone guiding those wolves. Figures they will send more than fodder to the heads of spiders. Stinks of wet dog. The claws of a massive paw slashed through where it had just been standing. Well, this just a dozen, so it's going to be a bit disappointing, I have to say, but I guess they didn't want difficult fights after the last Canto. Wolf Mask. It really is as Maestre Mills Monet said, this place is really already occupied. If you will be so kind as to help me with directions. Is this where Master Callisto's art is located? The question came from a woman who appeared from one of the doors that led to a different corridor. She was wearing a wolf mask, and unlike the hobbies we had considered thus far, she seemed to make it a point to speak and act with decorum. But the subtle hint of violence in her voice quickly betrayed this air of fax civility. Sure you are the right address, lady? Robo-Onks stop in this part of the house. Find a different corridor. Yes, I am aware. But I'm not here looking for his creations, which are easily mistaken for mass-produced garbage. I could feel her intense gaze, even though her face was obscured by the mask. And there was no doubt that her eyes were peering down on Ryoshu. Suddenly I was reminded of what Rian said moments before he fled through the corridor. We let them observe us through freely. What does that? The Phobis got to confirm a lot of important intel, including the fact that the House of Spiders has fallen and that Ryoshu currently has possession of the Arayashiki. They want Ryoshu for themselves, whatever she's completed or not, precious as she is now. Isn't that intriguing for once? My name is Rufo. Bro. What? Yoshihide, the blade coveted by the Five Fingers, Master Callisto's final and posthumous masterpiece. As a dozen of hobbies, please allow me the honor of escorting you to our gallery. Do I want to? Don't see the point in hanging out with people in those unaesthetic AM. The spectators declined Rufus' request with a curt reply, and I had to rattle angrily in the docent's general direction. Then I'm afraid my only remaining option is to rely on our usual method of ushering. How are our odds? I know she's probably tougher than me at my max out stats. Really? The shape of her ring suggests that she is a docent of the School of Fauvism. Her position is comparable to that of a capo of the thumb, or a big diminutive of the middle. A capo? Man, the capo really fell off, huh? Did I guess? Yeah, it's what soldato capo, sotto capo? No, yes, sotto capo, under boss y boss, right? Well, yeah, I guess capos aren't all that much, but wasn't. What was their name? Leichen, a capo too? A capo of the Division 3, if I remember correctly. I guess they. Well, I guess Sato capos are not actually that much, so I guess makes sense. But still, Kira wasn't out that strong anyway, so Barely that make or who may surpass even Ricardo's mate, or with a stroke of ill fortune ever Leichen. Though she's anywhere near as strong as Leichen. Our chances are something. Half or more? Half or more? I like those odds. Half or more. Dude, really? Oof. Old mode has been. Why seek out the art of has been after all this time? It was a decision met with much confusion from the outset. To entrust such a momentous project in the hands of one such as Callisto, why everyone agreed to it's no less foolish than casting a pearl before swine. And they were quite on point with that assessment. His oath recovered from the house where more tools and art, the sort of the likes of workshop meisters might assemble. No self-respecting master will create such mundanities and call them art. Now I must ask for your forgiveness for assuming that you will be no different from the rest of his work. Would what I observe above this room completely change my perspective? This scorched corridor, the fertility which you skirt the walls and the floor, as though a frenzied beast had torn through them. There is but one tool that could possibly have left such marks behind. At least you got a passable eye for art. Yoshihide, I must ask you, have you ever considered pursuing art of a further elevated beauty? When experience that departs from the dilapidated remnant that dupes itself corporism. A moment so constrained by its obsession over the human corpus that once it had depleted all meaning it had to offer, it began pinning an empty definition onto himself. Hobbies is a moment that has broken from the ritual, unfettered like a beast that roams free. We dare ourselves to ask questions and challenge the mind. What is man? What are things? What does it mean? To trace the origin, how do we define that which we call lefauve will bees? These are subject matters that have led us paus into the field of fertile creativity. Sure, buddy. Should you, a wielder of the relic, enter the fold of our movement, it will layer work with such an unrelated spectrum of colors that it will be destined to leave an unforgettable impression in the annals of history. In other words, what we can offer you will be a much greater worth than what you might have learned from a teacher like Callisto. Never consider him a teacher, not a real one anyway. Finding beauty among the carnage of blood and flesh is a lesson I learned on my own. And yes, I know enough about your movement. Maybe I consider some of the works created by your school acceptable, at least among the ring's art, or not, I can't remember. Then will you? Well, I don't know. I don't know what makes your art more elevated than the one I pursue. The one you pursue? Didn't the site you claim to have seen clue you in? Oh, I do understand. Your art might appear to be no more than unchecked chaos at a glance, but upon closer observation it reveals a fierce, dominant force that threads the entire scene together with its keenness as the connecting suture. Your blade work, too, shows such multi-layeredness, murkiness of the entails mundanity, yet you have transcended such a limit by scorching the tail end of each slash, truly a unique aesthetic sense. I believe I've sufficiently understood the full extent of the artistic merit imbued in that scene. No, you didn't. Lesser painted like you are such mediocres that they fail to recognize the beauty that lies in the grotesque. They do little beyond painting the hell reflected in their eyes, and call that shallowness hell's beauty. The sorrow condensed into a cry held in an instant, whereat unbound from the yoke of reason, the fading gleam of despair in the hue. You give no thought to what each of those emotions signifies, instead obsessing over the cursory qualities of what is beheld. Let me teach you otherwise. Pay attention, because I won't afford you another long-winded lesson. Reassure raided her scabbard. Pointillis Phobis Supremacis Leuretiers Cubis. I visit my share of the Ring's galleries, heard her commentaries, but none of them were to my liking. Your art is an overcomplicated pile of definitions buried under symbols caked in patchworks of empty shells. You and your art both talk too damn much. Just like Callistos, kept trying to take from other movements, forcing meaning where there was none. Excess is easy, anyone can do it. What's beyond most is making it succinct, the art of abbreviation. Alas, if I'll one by one abbreviate away, nothing remains in its absence, making the void left behind completely bereft of meaning. No, the void is what remains, and it holds things that can't be found anywhere else. What is this, a minimalist manifesto? No, my aesthetics go beyond the pursuit of simplicity. I pursue the natural germination of artistic immaculacy, a state of perfection, where further abbreviation is an impossibility. Sangria. A bit abstract, isn't it, to remove the plane with a distinct lack of any meaningful, striking qualities? What exactly is it that elevates your art above that of Fauvism? Painters, wear the stubborn sort that mere words can combine. Indeed, there is no discipline more subjective than that of art. Discourse concerning its nature might extend for days on end, but it will not change the fact that unseen arts are meaningless, pretentious illusions at the end of the day. Then I suppose I will have to carve it right into your eyes. Please do, though I am afraid it might be overshadowed by the sheer vibrancy of my aesthetics. I, a docent of Lefobis, shall personally welcome you to my critique session. That, I actually want to keep that one. Yoink. I still don't think it's going to be a hard fight. What hell? 2000? Ah, yes! Well. Let me... No, yeah, I guess it's enough volume. The rings doesn't of Aubism. Gain 2 protection for a Aubism of the ring. This unit use critique. Gain 2 protection and starting from next turn. Those SP healing effects. 5 SP, okay. Another 5 stones of the ring gain to pray and reduce this unit speed down to 0 instead. Immediately before getting hit by a skill that has 1 attack weight. To erase alliance student of the ring, have that side unit take the attack instead. Huh? Turn end of the turn. I have heard this song before. Or maybe it was in a solo run of Mirror Dungeon. That's use critique. If an ally 5 student of the ring was defeated into the corner, refilled this vacancy with the same student unit. Specific gains fragile and offense level down. It has a number? No, it will always restore it then. Level B's color Sauvage. Combat end, inflict 1 palette vibrante. Next turn, the sinners that have Malcor Roach and... well... Intrinsic in the outward appearance of each animal is a distinct purpose, and we less fabulous are the ones we awaken and express the verity of those that we call wild beasts among them. Mentorship, the one that gains offense level up, stagger recover from stagger. Ooh. And finish out season recover from stagger to conflict about the next turn. Alright. Cask the Fauve Empreinte Vitale. Gain the effects of fixes. Panic. Oh, shame. Units in panic reset SP to 20. Adds 70 or less HP, gain a new pattern, remove all effects other than those exclusive to this unit. Finish the of the new game, mask the loop. Heal 255 max. Take more potency before hitting it target will have sinking count. Bleed count. One might ask what even distinguishes less fabulous from factions such as Jesus, Aircop packs, and more time copper beasts into their identities. A reasonable query of that there is no doubt. That I say were distinguished by the transcendence of beastliness into artistic costumery, while the Jesus have mindlessly jammed into their anatomies, disregarding their aesthetic qualities. Great impulse, they lose in a clash or winning a clash. Alright, and these are the same ones, are they? They sure are. So it's 2 times, so I should get rid of the allies, seems like it. Spin. Are you winning something? No. Who are you attacking? This is one. None of you have something like... No.
사고될 시간이 잔무에.
Yeah, I think I hear that maybe in correct. A solo challenge of Mirror Dungeon then.
억제 성공. 진짜. 예측한 대로.
First staggered, but is going to get on staggered. Hoo, pretty close there. No, reassure. Ah, shame. A disappointing outcome. And she's going to gain SP, so... Well, at least he did get her. I still need Ryosho to gain SP, if not she's going to consume it all in bullets. What are you doing left of this chain? Inflicted quite a lot of bleed, aren't you? Were you attacking the lower one? Really, if I don't know if I really want to send out. I will have to because she can't clash. Could technically use G-Sanks then. Make sure she doesn't gain a lot of SP. Oh, hit cliff. Don't know if I have to reset the fight with how much they're losing. Because of fact of how does a unit with 0 SP gains again with 49 5 95%. Scare me for a second.
이 정도쯤은 지키기 위해서.
Critique. Target fix, crash power for the target's pallet. Let me read here first. Has pallet drain, crash power plus 6 and deal more damage. Let's keep defense skill while having pallet drain, crash power plus 6 and deal less damage instead. Crash lose damage, skill on stagger the target, hit on trigger single effects on the target. Rest is coming max 2 times on hit after losing a clash, rest is going max once instead. Does not trigger if the target skips defense skill, so preferable to defend against these ones. We will get the pressure starting from next turn. Let's get a counter. So better not kill them yet. Wait, what's this one? Defense, defense, power counter, defense, favor. Oh yeah. Ooh, it's going too hard. Wait. Take this one as long as target fix. Shame. Probably going to die then.
정확하게. 아이, 짜증나게.
Oh, going to recover that one then.
써야 할 때가 왔고.
She's going to keep gaining the protection and she doesn't lose it when invoking enemies, so what? Just let them gain more and more. Fragile too, so they'll die in one turn. Don't know if I like that sense. Or red. Otis. Too slow. Because of the lower SP,
당신 짝패.
lost too many clashes.
아메스코. 살고자 하는 모든
어?
것들과 함께
This is going to die.
무덤으로 돌아가.
Then reload.
탕탕.
편히 쉬시게.
차라리
Come on, Heathcliff, come on. Oh.
품속에 묻혀 잠들어.
바이올렛 브레이크 슬랩.
What are you doing? Solitude. Oh. Good, she's doing something else. So yeah, have to kill them all in one turn and then you have the other one to fight against her. And then she's going to use critique, which I guess is one more turn. Otis. Why? Why? I don't understand that part. Something. What? What? She's going to. Well, depends, I suppose. Kira, what are you tagging? I got too slow. Speed. Don't have anything to fight against speed. Are they all attacking? Almost are, yes. Alright, I suppose. Done a lot of chance there. Don't have something that gives him dodge, so going to eat that one and Kira was too slow, so shame in that case.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
The max we can do is try to get her to slow amount of. And he died? Well, yes, technically he died, but he won the clash, still counted her the sanity.
바이올렛, 브레이크 슬랩!
Ooh, almost. So yeah, she's going to get that hit. At least doesn't have. Are you going to recover for a stagger? Or do you cancel turn? Remove all patterns. So let's not waste. Ooh. He's going to hurt. The imported abilities. Ah, you do cancel turn. Well, I guess prefer that one as when they just stop receiving damage. And why did you gain Rufo, a docent of the ring, School of All Wisdom? In the transition plus a powerful stack, minamax speed plus 15. Why do you have a speed of 5? 3 to 5 and you max roll. Yeah, take less damage from foes, they'll win on boss. If the slow target addition stack has reduced increased damage from this effect by another stack on Clash Loose, gain 1 damage up. It's good damage out of this effect fire. So you have to let me get hit. Well, unless it's something that that has red coins. Caro Savage. Resurgence, the Sobergery. Game fake protection. Gain to test turn off for a type of negative effect on this unit. On Clash Loose, using inverse 4 of the pulse and crit on your skin, gain to fragile form this effect instead for the next turn. Gain 1 defense level each time this unit is hit by a skill coin. Maximum pain tolerance low. Es que de lo ensangrante. Man, why do they make intervallo bosses so use Y protection? They wanted to. No, yeah, they did. Just make the fight drag longer. It's blue right now, it should have been blue. You have Canto clash against that one and you have NSP. Do you have a dodge, right?
사고될 시간이다. 잔무에
What was that?
아이씨, 짜증나게.
Did she really lose the clutch?
3 앵화
Otis.
지키기 위해서.
이상이 무엇이라 생각하시오?
Going to die Jisung. Oh no, actually still has a lot of health.
살고자 하는 모든 것들과 함께 무덤
Going to lose a bit of SP. Going to be in 25.
쏴야 할 때가 왔고
There's really inspiration. It wasn't attack, wasn't it? Yeah. Force 4 plus Seeing Crimson under your skin. So still has one more skill I haven't seen. Can clash. With this skill regardless of speed, final power plus 1 and deal more damage for the type of negative anti-main target. More damage for every negative damage target, and clash lose deal less damage and 2 to 3 less stacks of mal colors. Damage from this skill does not stagger the target. Just triggers in cane effects. Ah, 2 tiers less stacks, so it's going to be 6. And no, it's not that. For full attack, let me see. Still for protection. Blue. Prepare yellow for next stage, I suppose. Kira, where are you? Dominating. Are you sure about this? Who knows? Who? Oh, this. No. Nah, you know what? Nah.
하고될 시간이다. 잔무에 억제 성공 진정 격발
아이씨, 짜증나게.
And put a lot of colors in me, the wolves. Damn, it's not doing any damage. So what, you are to fight with Bloodborne or Bleed or Rupture? Or I guess explode them with... Well, no, actually, she's going... Well, no, it's not gaining any butterflies.
산코
24 damage, man. No. Ooh. 30 SP. Just let me read it then. Protected targets that have bullet be granted. This skill does not trigger defense skill, excluding crushable bar. Can clash with skill regardless of speed. Having used final power plus 1 for the negative on the main target, max 6 if the main target has bullet be brand, crush power plus 6. Target has bullet be brand to do 100% more damage. And of course you're going to have bullet vibrante because it puts it with the unbreakable skill. Why not? It puts touch hardy. Oh, Woven class, Link's claws, an event of torture so minuscule yet intricately arranged. What about expression? Some say that the ring's veins is made from some base material as augmentation tattoos. They're both nigh inedible pigments that take considerable effort to raise, let alone bleach. If the middle uses their tattoos for self-augmentation and lost them, does that make the ring's tattoos more brands that, when for supply, awaken their enemies? Oh. What's Tochi Harde? This was... This one does not have. So cool. Kira? Yeah, she doesn't have palette behind. She's just only, well, yeah, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. I'm not playing burn or blade, so she's not gaining any. What a peculiar ability. Do not say annoying. Oh. Mas no, también dicen. Ah, no. That one was already read. Like, I can believe. Oh. Not believe. Trust. The ideal LG, I don't think it's coming. Fine. Who are the ones that the biggest numbers? Vines. Well, Terokahi, I don't have. The one. Bloody Vulcan Road. $28. $36. But you don't have SP to win the clash, have you? Against Kira, why is she getting the same amount of offense level? Well, I guess technically the safest bet.
겁나 내게 받쳐주지.
Yeah, please, if she doesn't roll the maximum amount, they will begin to raid.
기억 못하게 하려는 길이구려.
And she doesn't activate defensive skills, so why even try at this memory? Bullet breaking slam. That was Which one? The second one, alright. Hopeless. For sanity, indeed it is. Here. Probably it's going to be Otis if she can win. She can. Oh no, and she can bleed too. Finally not gaining out that much protection. Still
돌아가라.
don't know if I'm going to make it actually.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
살고자 하는 모든 것들과 함께.
Gaining a bit
돌아가라.
too much bleed. Guess I should have put Honglu on the reserve to not be with one less unit.
바이올렛, 브레이크 슬램!
Oh, she's putting a lot of warm. Yisang being the slowest. Losing a bit too much stamina. Who? No, you can't attack that one. Because she, why is she gaining so much SP actually? It was only during her attack, wasn't it? No, you don't gain Junior Mask. No, you did gain Terminal Mask. And Sangrante, a lot more damage. Countdown. One does not simply awaken the power of one's inner spherity by doing a beastly mass. The interior of each hit gear worn by this artist is lined with a mat of needless deep intervallo paint, which is injected into the body upon equipment. Thus is the paint of the ring. Anticipators, regardless of their school, are bound to use it. And you don't have the speed. This team is really slow. Sang, Kira. You really need to win, or really need to make such.
호위만 구축.
As long as the first one wins, reducing the SP a little, she doesn't lose SP by losing class. Okay. Red coins.
전원 전투. 석행.
They're beginning to do more damage now. I'm still getting pretty hard with the bleed.
팽.
내 팔은 뼈에 있었어.
9 damage. 500 la... Doesn't matter anyways, my friend. Wait. And how can Kira make the attack? Yeah, you simply can let her do the attack actually. Which is just wasting the violet breaking slam. Because let's say defensive. Non-defending. Okay. Just let the one with the most damage.
날카롭고 정확하게 지키기 위해서.
Oh, almost got staggered.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
Thirteen turns, man. Actually, let's not be hasty.
겁날 내게 바쳐주지.
Got shot to death.
살고자 하는 모든 것들과 함께 무덤으로 돌아가라.
And didn't even die. Man. Oh. 8 protection, broski. Not even Callisto resisted all that much damage, and he even gained also 8 protection.
그러고 보니까 그 환상체
It's just
이제
this
가을을
type
내려줄
of...
나이가 없어졌지.
How you call
다시
it?
관리를 맡겨주실까?
Fight planning they've been doing with some of the fights just being a bit dragging. Hohenheim in the Bogag was also a lot more HP, so you could actually have to, well, unless you were rupture actually, of course. If rupture you can just ignore a lot of phases, but if not you were almost completely going to go with the, well, unlock all 3, how you call it, passives. Yeah, good memories. I think I can finish it. Gah. See, already looking much better with those superfluous animal parts removed. You are serious about founding your own movement? Already answered that. But you will need time under the Phobos wing at least until you can fully cultivate your movement, perhaps. I don't suppose words have any meaning now. Doesn't raise her giant arm as though to strike us in her final act of defiance. Then slam it down upon the door we enter through instead. All I can do is buy time for... Mid-sentence the dozen suddenly went limp like a marionette whose strings were cut. Dead. Akira thought at least her last words were going to be succinct. Thus we are made foes with yet another finger of the ring. Let's not doom and gloom already, fellas. We bet an officer of the finger all on our own for the first time, didn't we? As it is as a pretty definitive win. All on your own, huh? Come on, bro, I was fighting my ass off out here. Gregor has a point. The outcome of this battle will not have changed by a significant margin, even if you had not been here, Kira. This is more like it. Won't have to freak out over a mere BB anymore. Long as we're with Kellogg. Don't start congratulations yourself for achieving the bare minimum. Those who celebrate over so small an occasion don't deserve to stand beside the executive manager. Well, I guess this ain't impressive at all to people who used to be much stronger like Otis or Don Quixote. Pretty expect not such folly for the job of my compatriots is my own. Have you any inkling as to why she might have in her final moment selected to demolish the door? Right, it's not like we have a short of doors in here. Are we really debating the logical thought process of someone who is so 2 seconds away from dropping dead? Come on, let's get out of here so we can bring everyone else up to date. Oh, didn't I just leave this room? Ishmael walked out through the doorway of the terrace through and appeared from behind us. Oh shit, where did the exit go? Don't tell me the exit changes every time someone walks through it. No, can't be that easy. I'm barred from enjoying the fresh air of the world outside. No longer free to travel the mountains and cliffs as my feet will carry me, as the other members of the Pinky are. I wish to not be out I shall be allowed to weave the delineations of wings and backstreets. So this is what she meant. The back door through which we traverse is passage to the corridor of the one called the Index North Father. Across the broken door we might, however, it avails us with a brief jaunt to the Pinky's North Father's corridor, before it returns us to this room. Rooms now lock in a loop without a starting point, no matter what door we open. Is there anything we can do? A rescue team will arrive in time. At this location adheres to the regular flow of time unlike the warp trains. It will be approximately between a week or two from the present before we can return. That's pretty long. Well, the first problem we're going to have to deal with is food. As far as I'm aware, we should be good to go for at least 3 days thanks to Rhodia, so let's... No, I didn't bring any snacks. It's not like we were about to walk into one of the L-Corp's branches or a dungeon, so... Yeah, makes sense. It looks like we're going to have to give this room to a thorough search then. Oof. No need. If there is no exit, we could open our own. What about the part where it cuts you into your memories to deal with that yet? No, that's where it still creates my memories with every slash. Don't know what memory it will slice away this time, but it was something recent, or one I'll call the... Oh wait, don't be so bloody rash about it. Other than me, no one but Heathcliff still remembers the person he holds in the loving depths of his heart. Ever since the day of the Sapia Tempest, Memoria took on a special precious meaning to Heathcliff. Heathcliff suddenly reached out and grabbed Ryoshu's arm. Though Ryoshu and Heathcliff's circumstances were undoubtedly different from each other, it was clear that Ryoshu's reckless attitude towards sacrificing her own memories triggered a sort of anxiety in Heathcliff. What? Didn't you hear? The nurse will be here in a week or two together, so... Why don't we just keep that sword nicely in that scout and wait it all? The radio doesn't work. What if we went up to the rooftop and there's one of those doors up there? There are thousands of them. Out of the question, by doing so we will be putting ourselves at a greater risk, that of casting ourselves into the endless maze. That is the corridor. Okay, but we are dead if that brick wall of a master wanders straight into this room. The wolf lady last words, man. I'm seeing the flags. It's a hell risky move, yeah, but I think Yoshihide and her OP sword is our best bet. Right, but what if we get lucky and they find us in a day or two? Quit freaking out, HC. We'll only be forgotten, not lost. Well, but memories don't tend to last very long. It's been for a fun excursion clock. I looked towards the scarab, expecting it to rattle violently as it did earlier, but it remains still. The white blaze unreveals itself, and cuts across the wall where the door used to be. And naturally, as the shaky blade cleaves through the wall, so does it Ryoshu's memories. We were really getting somewhere. The thin strands of Araya's image, which has just begun to coalesce, slowly unraveled and fell apart once again. And still Araya released the blade without hesitation. It's okay, we will try again, so... Conveying no resentment or hatred with a few words of consolation. Don't feel too bad. as her voice faded into the gentle dark with precious memories. The next destination. Welcome back. Question. What exactly was the point of verifying every backdoor within the House of Spiders? Oh, Hohenheim didn't fill you in? Any information regarding these doors holds an enormous value for us, not to mention the higher ups requesting us to reorganize the House of Spiders into a base of operations as soon as possible, and even if we had to rush our work a little. Only speculation here, but I am quite convinced that they are preparing for a conflict of sorts. These little pockets of absolute safety are extremely valuable during these operations, as you already know. Wait, stop right there. What? What conflict? What operation are you saying? That your bosses are preparing for a war or something? I just feel like there isn't enough alarm in his voice considering what he's saying, preparing for what? Not even trying to hide it anymore, huh? Did I say something wrong? Must you ask? No. I thought everyone already knew. I mean, it's an open secret at this point. L-Corp has already fallen. W-Corp is teetering on the brink of collapse. You call us the aspirant W-Corp, we call Limbus Company the aspirant L-Corp, meaning we have shared a goal. But unlike the dead and gone L-Corp, the current W-Corp is still kicking, despite its rapid decline in recent years. And as we all know, companies in the city aren't worth much unless they got the military force to back them, right? It's only natural that a business conflict will lead to a physical one as well. This is just a mere team leader speaking, though. Who knows what the hires in our companies are thinking. Either way, much fruitful collaboration was had today. This will reflect pretty well in our performance metrics, and we didn't even suffer that many losses. I can safely say that you should expect a positive review from us regarding this collaboration. After saying our farewells to Alan, we return to the forward base and share with Hohenheim everything that's happened so far. Hohenheim and Faust both did not seem willing to discuss the subject of the looming conflict, so we instead decided to have reaction memory and sort re-examine. Oh, is Hohenheim results out yet? Not yet, Assistant. I could remember telling you 3 minutes ago that it will take about 20 more minutes. Have you forgotten already? He talks too much. Reaction sounded irritated as she scolded Heathcliff, but I could sense a definite undercurrent of anxiety from the way she kept puffing her cigarette to stop at increasingly shorter intervals. After all, maybe it's more smoke than oxygen at this point. Am I slowing down at that? You're practically fumigating the room with the cigarette smoke. Then speed up classes and about as soon as I hear the results. Both of you need to learn to respect that things take time. Yes, time is indeed relative, but the fact that I have managed to complete an in-depth analysis of an item of such mystery in a single day is an incredibly fast turnaround, and therefore deserves your appreciation. I have been attempting to rein in the more self-indulgent part of myself as of late, but I believe this achievement deserves to be elaborated upon. It is an evident truth that such a result could not have been replicated had it not been for my genius brain. Go to the hallways and grab any peasant research and tell them about my incredible turnaround time, and you will hear them say, "Wow, done already?" And to that I will answer, "Shut the fuck up." Evidently tired of the sustainers alternate turns holding him for results, I have seen to speed up the analysis and managed to hit the finish line much earlier than 20 minutes. Wow, done already? Yes, there are times when the results are extracted earlier than the predicted time frame. Many of those instances are easily attributable to my genius at work. Then why aren't you saying anything? Imitate TR. You did tell me to shut the fuck up, so I am attempting to serve the exact merits of doing precisely that. You think Yoshihide will ever use known acronyms straight? What if something like, sheesh, that's a full day unwind after work, though? And your verdict on her interpretation? That is exactly what I meant. She's better than MTL in some ways. Main translator, Sinclair. How she lies as she breathes. At that moment I might have caught a glimpse of the scabbard rattling slightly out of the examination device. I must have thought you were giggling. Very well, then we'll get right to it. First, the memory of the time when she was complimented for her cooking has been erased. Oh, that's it? Hardly. Second, a name has been erased from her memory. Do you recall the name of the man who works with Manager South? Effie? I would have asked in the past tense had it been him who I was referring to. Last Miss South wasn't here for that. That kid, right? I don't remember his name. Pilot? She forgot Pilot's name? That she did, among other miscellaneous deleted memories, are 170 hours of Don Quixote's days of adventures and the type of food she fed to the seagull. 5 upon it, thus to say that the memories most precious to young Ryoshi and me have been thrown into utter destruction. Long, donkey. I'm not trying to be mean here, but that seems pretty acceptable, doesn't it? For the price of one shit in a store like that. If we were going by sheer volume, I wouldn't quite say it's acceptable. There is several days worth of memories used for a single swing, didn't it? I mean, yeah, but they kinda sound like inconsequential memories, don't they? Greg and Head forget stuff all the time. How's this any different? The seemingly inconsequential nature of these particular memories were achieved by sheer luck. In fact, it seems to have been impacted by the discovery of the Araya-shiki, or to be more precise, the power of Araya's ego. That's so. She looked down at the scabbard with an uncertain hollow look in her eyes. All the remains of Araya in Ryoshu's recollection is a blank space where the fragments of her existence used to be, severed and removed again. While it takes a rather significant amount of time, the scabbard seems to be, yes, capable of selecting which of Sina Ryoshu memories are to be erased, as a cost of using Araya-shiki. Sounds like I should be grateful then. But Ryoshu regards the scabbard with a conflicted look, as though to approximate the outlines of the void she left behind. Oh, so it's got like a cooldown timer. She can use it whenever, as long as she gives it time to select the trivial memories. I won't be so quick to dismiss them as trivial. The memory of the time when you were complimented for your cooking, it was quite a precious memory, wasn't it? We have performed an inverse calculation of the relic's cost. Yes, according to our measurement, the sword seems to factor into the weight of each memory when calculating the cost of building it. It's become rather clear that it takes more than light memories to properly wield it. So have her memories been restored? I presume attempts to recall the race being in existence have resulted in failure. That is quite discouraging. But not all is lost. Simply by knowing that something used to be in that negative space, many things can still be reminiscent upon. Like Ryoshu said, forgotten but not lost. Clock. You just step foot into the world of sangria. She flashes the briefest smile, then scatters it away with a plume of cigarette smoke. Collecting the GB will restore it. What used to be here in the pockets of void in my heart, my own and lonely. Ryoshu gazed rest imperceptible. A few more days passed us by. We spent those days eating. We visited South and Pilot in recovery. Did a few odd jobs here and there, like helping suppress a distortion containment breach caused by a new LCA high. With all the loosened threads tied up, we managed to finally, after so long. Kinda feels like we're home again. Return to the booze. Booze, sweet booze. The chair could use a little more cushioning, but there isn't anything like it out there. Damn, this is you right? Hella badass. Between the two individuals, we were looking rather pleased at Kira's punishment. Hohenheim squeezed through to warn us about some things to watch out for. I asked team leader Alan to set the coordinates somewhere as close as possible to the nest. Keep driving through the door and it will bring you right to an empty spot on a hallway. Don't hesitate or hit the brakes, because if by any chance there is a car driving behind you, it will crash into the bus. Nuts. So while you're doing here on the bus, decide to join the better team, did you? I must admit to a certain degree of interest in hearing of your exploits, but to accompany you through them is an entirely different matter, isn't it? I'm here to judge your coordinates. Speaking of which, just how did you manage to escape your confinement? I told them I had some stuff to help you with, and they let me out after making me scribble over some docs. Solitary confinement is hella boring, so I thought I might get some air. Might as well say goodbye to while I'm out and about, right? I see you exploited the fact that the new hires don't have any grudge against you. After I will tell them to impress upon the new Haristad prisoners are to be treated as sections to the right. The person in charge of the training is currently checked into the long-term recovery ward. More problems stemming from the shortage of manpower. I will best include this in the report. Sounds like they're about to see us go. Well then, time for a valediction, I suppose. Perhaps the ground far too used to seeing your faces saying goodbye doesn't come out as easily as I expected it to. A day of reunion must await in the future. I would appreciate it if such a reunion had a low probability of occurring. While I'm not very partial to mathematical statistics like the probability theory, I hope your prediction is dead right. Well then. Hey Yoshihide. What? I won't say we're family exactly, but listen, there is a lot of stuff I wanna say to you and a lot of stuff I wanna hear from you. Okay, so see you later. Did I do that right? Acronymize it to L. And call me Ryoshi, not Yoshihide. Prefer the echoes of that name. After a round of goodbyes, the two disembarked from the bus, and no sooner had the machinery clicked into place than the bus wheels finally began to turn, leading us closer and closer towards a blinding radiant portal massive enough to engulf the bus home. Well, off to our next destination, I guess. Alright, where are we headed next? Dante inquires about the next destination, Vergilius. Not sounds more like it. Been too bloody long since I heard that question. Yeah, don't get too excited. When has an answer to the question ever led us anywhere that's not downright bizarre? Vergilius gave me a faint, knowing smile as though the confirming smile pessimistic remark, then delivered a comment that sounded too light-hearted for its gravity. Downright bizarre, is it? Whoa, let me just say that it's high time we faced such a sight. Our next destination is District 12. In other words, Manager Dante, we're now en route to N-Corp. So we're going there after all, N-Corp. Well, it's smart souls after all. Plenty of faces there I would rather not see. As the rest of their scenes voiced their various gripes and discontent with N-Corp. Merceau will probably have the most amount of history with the wing, simply flip open his newspaper like usual and began reading it with the same unchanging expression. As though for him, none of his changed anything. No departing broom broom. With that, the bus resumed its journey to yet another tale. So the next interval is going to be getting out to N-Corp. We will resolve a distortion with Kim, so maybe get like social credit. It's all preparing it for the war in, well, maybe that doesn't happen a war, right? It could also be a possibility. Still. So Gregor had a bit of progress and Ryoshu, well, now we know she can use a bit of the sword, but it's going to still cost a price and has a long way to go for recovering Araya's memory. So it's tying the knots of last Canto. So yeah, I suppose next interval is probably going to be the initiation of more souls, getting us accustomed to the weights of N-Corp. Maybe show the enemy of the story. So yeah, pretty decent interval so far. Well, so far it already ended. Pretty decent interval, I have to say. Heavy on the story, so didn't have a lot of use fights to gain the spots till 10-10. I don't think I will be farming this stage. What the hell? She switch. I guess I could just rupture it, right? But still, man, when they do fights with a lot of protection just to make the boss last a little longer, I don't like that type of fights. There are the ones that they tend to do that with railway, and that's why I don't like doing railway. I actually didn't have done the first one. Well, the bulk act of the first one. This one I have finished. Oh, well. Thank you for watching. I hope, well, it is going to be a lot of time before the next one. So still hope to see you next time, or maybe in another series, who knows. Hope you like it, and Bye bye.